Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we're going to be taking a look at the STR Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Vegito, their EZA, which will be out on JP now by the time this video goes up. We've already done the Buhan one, so do go ahead and check that out if you haven't seen it already. We're going to take a look at them here on one of their 200% teams, which is the Dragon Fist Goku. He leads Movie Heroes or Final Trump card. So we're going to check them out and see what they can do. I was very impressed with the Boo EZA. So they are Battle of Wits or Boo Saga. It's now 3 key and 180 to stats after the EZA. Both their super attacks, they infinitely stack defense, the 30% raise, and they have raise attack for 1 turn, which is also the 30%. They do colossal damage on the 12 key, mega colossal on the 18 key, of course. And then their passive 2 key, attack and defense 200%, damage reduction of 30%. Then they get an additional 2 key per key sphere obtained, or type key sphere, so they don't get extra key from rainbow orbs. They launch an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super. They have a medium chance to crit, so 30% crit chance built in. Then they get attack and defense 50% and a guaranteed additional super on their first turn, or if HP is 77% or more. Then they get an additional damage reduction and chance to crit 20% when attacking if HP is 50% or more. So by the time they attack, which means it can change mid-turn, if you're above 50% HP, they have a 50% chance to crit and 50% damage reduction. So obviously that is very, very good. And yeah, let's see how well we get on here. So I'm going to put them in slot 1. The only downside will be, of course, if Hoi super attacks them, but he should be alright. So we'll do that, and then do this. I guess I probably should have saved those orbs for Vegito, but he can get all of these. Flow off Vegito straight away here. He gets his dodge chance in slot 3, and then he'll transform into blue when he comes back. So 8.3. We only have 2 links active with Gogeta, which is Legendary Power and I think Prepared for Battle. So it's not the best rotation for them. In fact, we have double Dragon Fist Goku on the next rotation, so we really didn't get a great start here. But we have these guys on turn 1. So all of their supers, remember, are 30% defense raise, which is an infinite stack. So we're just going to keep stacking our defense. Their fusion condition, of course, can't change because it's an active skill. So 77% or more HP. Oh, sorry, 77% or less starting from turn 4. So the earliest we'll be able to see it is turn 5, which means we are going to want someone to take a bit of damage before we get to that point so that we can actually see the fusion. And that's when Vegito comes out, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Right, when it comes to Goku and Vegeta, they're going to be very good defensively. Their attack stats are okay, but not crazy, right? Like 8 mil into 4 and 5. Because they're not stacking attack, those aren't going to change throughout the turns, depending on like links and support, obviously. But that was kind of always the case before the EZA, right? Like pretty good defensively, not crazy on attack. But then Vegito comes out, and that's when you start getting the attack, right? All the counters. He has the Scouter for 10 turns, which of course he still has. Not surprised they didn't increase the number of turns for the Scouter, because that would be pretty OP, I think we could all agree. 10 turn Scouter is already pretty crazy when you think about the turn he's going to come out. The earliest he can come out is turn 4, which means you'd have a Scouter until turn 14, which even with how long some of these events are now, I think the only event really that goes longer than that we've now gotten from the anniversary is the new movie boss's boss rush. And then again, that depends on the strength of your team as well, to how long that will actually take. So 10 turn Scouter is pretty OP, especially now that Vegito has he has damage reduction, which he did have pre-EZA, but he gets extra damage reduction against normals, which was probably one of his biggest issues and people's biggest complaints before his EZA, was that he didn't have that, whereas pretty much every other counter unit we see gets that sort of thing, right? So they're at 466k defense at the start of the turn now. So they don't get the extra damage reduction until they attack, which means in slot 1 their defense won't be that crazy. I guess we have to do this and just hope that Piccolo doesn't get supered, but I'm going to attack into type disadvantage so we can get some extra stacks here. And then Gogeta's effective against all types, so it doesn't even matter. Although I could get no Rainbow Orb, so he won't get an additional. But yeah, once Piccolo gets the defense up, then he's okay here. Should I coin physical Turles? It all depends how many coins you have and how quickly you get coins back, like how much you summon. But I would say for the most part, probably not. Like Saiyan Day's coming up, which means God Goku and LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku will be available with red coins. Then when the anniversary drops, all of those Dokkan Fest LRs will be available. As fun as Turles is as a unit, he's probably not like super worth it. But yeah, with the Piccolo support here, now the additional 12 key is still doing 6.2, which, I mean, that's not crazy damage when you think about what some of the newer units we have now are doing. But that is on top of stacking all this defense, having 50% damage reduction. And then we get the additional from the hidden potential, and now they're up to 7.2. So, I mean, even from just additional 12 key supers, they did like 20 million attack stat worth of damage. So, once you start stacking up all of those attacks, that's not bad at all. And then we just need someone to take a sort of medium level hit so that we can have our fusion condition up for turn 5. Ideally, Gogeta doesn't finish off Arudagon here as well. Because, yeah, we're at, what, like 90% HP? But yeah, Turles is a fun unit, but I would say not worth getting with coins, to be honest. I mean, if you had, like, a couple of thousand coins and you don't have him, then sure, go for it. But oh, well, no one's going to lose any HP on this turn, are they? I need to get the 6 orbs. Oh, well, of course, they're all physical as well. So we're going to heal, basically back to full. Yep. It's funny, because in some of the more difficult content, like, you know, you're going to get hit with, like, say, Fusion Zamasu. You know, even with a tough team that survives the AoE fairly handily, you're going to be taking damage. But 77% is, of course, not a difficult threshold to get to at all. We should be a little bit easier once we get to Tech Harudagon, because he does very much often super in slot 1. So the chances of taking some damage on the next couple of turns is pretty decent. Alright, God Goku. I mean, Goku got 6 orbs, so he has guard. If God Goku gets supered here, pretty sure we wouldn't die, but we will take a lot of damage. So that would be nice. But he didn't, and he dodged, so. And then, of course, Vegito absolutely going to annihilate Harudagon here with the additionals. Should hopefully get a decent amount of crits if we're lucky. Oh, wow, he didn't actually finish him off. I guess that's good, though, because it means we get another turn with Goku and Vegeta to get another stack, and then we go on to Tech Harudagon. And hopefully in that first Tech Harudagon turn, someone can take the damage that we need them to take in order to get the fusion. So we won't worry about links here. I just want to get some extra stacks. They do have experienced fighters, though. They're up to 724k defense on this turn, by the way. So that's pretty good. And we're about to get at least, what, at least 3 more? Well, it depends whether Harudagon can actually survive them, to be fair. But we'll get a couple more supers here. You guys liked their super attack animations as well. Yes, keep going. Keep going. Keep getting these stacks. Considering the jumps that we've seen, when we fuse into Vegito, we get a little bit of a bump in stats anyway. We're probably going to be over 1 million defense start of turn with Vegito, which is pretty good. Oh, wow, he still didn't die. Is that going to be up to our boy to take him out here? Can't wait for Dragon Fist Goku to come out on Global. But yeah, there we go. So we finish you off here. Now we can go into the tech phase. Hopefully we can get someone to take some damage here. And ideally that someone isn't God Goku getting clapped, but We do also have the standby. So, I mean, if I use this with Goku, that lets us see the super, which could help me out for this turn, I guess. Super's in slot 1. So, would God Goku live the super with guard? How hard does Harudegan hit for? I actually don't know if we would. We might not. And, of course, he could just dodge, but... I'm going to do that, but not get any rainbow orbs. And we'll do that. Alright, so he dodged both the normals. Watch him eat the super now. Because, yeah, I don't think he's not going to have... his defense isn't going to be stacked up enough, even with guard. I don't think he lives the super if he doesn't dodge. I actually don't know. I mean, best case scenario would, of course, be that he lives with a tiny sliver of health, and then, of course, everyone else on the turn tanks the attacks for double digits. But... nah, he dodged. Of course he did. That's the only problem when the team is too good. I did worry that Harudegan might not be... well, I was worried Harudegan wouldn't be a long enough event, and the length hasn't really been a huge issue. It's more so the fact that he's... we haven't really been supered at all in the entire run, which is unfortunate. Of course, once Harudegan supers, then he can take damage. So... it's a shame that they don't have... I was about to say, it's a HP restriction or... wait. Did I just completely miss? I don't know who got hit for more damage than I thought. Was it because I didn't get orbs with Goku and he needs orbs to get his defense capabilities? Well, either way, I'm not going to argue. Right, so... we got what we came for, which is the Vegito fusion, baby. So while this plays out, let's read off his passive here. So Vegito, once you get him out, his 12 key greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage. His 18 key greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, mega colossal and seals. He fully recovers HP once only. Guards all attacks for 3 turns. Key 5, attack and defense 250%. High chance to crit. Then he gets an additional chance to crit 20% with each attack performed within the same turn. So if he gets a couple of supers off and then is doing counters, he'll crit counter for like basically guaranteed. Then he gets an additional 30% attack within the same turn after receiving an attack. So unfortunately there are no attacks in slot 1 on this rotation, which is a shame. Damage reduction of 30%, additional damage reduction 30% when receiving normal attacks, counters normal attacks with tremendous power, key +2 per key sphere obtained, attack and defense 77%, and foresees enemy supers for 10 turns from the start of the turn. So that means he doesn't have any additionals in his transformed state. So if we were to put him in slot 1, he has 1.1 million defense. So when we super, he goes up to 1.5 with 30% damage reduction. Is that enough for him to tank a super from... and he has guard, actually, as well, so it probably is enough to tank a Harudegan super. How much damage does Harudegan do with his super attack? STR Goku got hit once. Yeah, it's because he didn't... we didn't get orbs for him to be buffed up. So, let's go to... let's look on Dokkan info here quickly. Challenge... see how much tech Harudegan hits for with his super. I know he's not the craziest boss, because he's like stage 5 of the movie bosses 2 red zone. So, where is it? There we go, movie bosses 2. Stage 5 versus Harudegan. Didn't work apparently. Is it being updated or something? That's annoying. The page isn't coming up. For me to see Hirudegarn's stats. So I can't check how much he super attacks for, but I guess we'll just have to go with it and see what happens. So we've got every single link active except for prepared for battle with this Vegito. The super attack is literally the first attack of the turn as well. So let's see. First attack, 13.5. Okay. Oh, if that had been an additional super. Because he goes up to like 1.5 mil, and then if he additionaled, he's then looking at 2 point something. Oh, okay. Double digit damage. Okay, 6.5 million crit counters. All right. Well, that's pretty good. We need to get a turn where he gets hit first as well, because then he gets that attack buff. But yeah, that was pretty good. I guess the problem is, it's a shame he loses all additional chance when you fuse. That's why I think the best build for him is full additional. Put the rest into dodge, because he doesn't need any crit. All of his forms have at least 50% chance to crit. The base is obviously HP dependent for the extra little bit, but yeah, he has so much crit chance in his passive. But yeah, remember, against supers he has 30% damage reduction, but after that one super he's at 1.5 million damage. So even if a super does like 3 million, once you take off 30% for the damage reduction and factor in his defense, at most he's taking like 500k, which is a lot, but from a 3 million damage super, that's pretty good. So let's do... We're not going to get another turn. Actually, we're not going to get another turn anyway, are we? There's no way Hirudegarn survives this turn. So we only got the one Vegito turn in here, sadly. But, I mean, you can see how crazy he is. He stops stacking once you transform. So the attack stats that we saw, kind of what you're going to see, unless you get a hit in before. Him getting hit by the super, though, that gives him the buff after receiving an attack. So that made the counters hit that a little bit harder as well. Yeah, I mean, Vegito, very good. Buhan's very good. The EZAs for the anniversary have been absolute peak. They did such a great job. Anniversary hype. Like, global players, I know how it feels like to lose a little bit of that hype as we get, like, the gap between the anniversary finishing on global, on JP, and then when it comes to global. But I think it's going to be difficult to lose the hype for this anniversary for global, because I mean, I really feel like this has been hands down the best anniversary. So it's just absolutely crazy how good all the units that released, like the summonable units, are all good. The EZAs are all really good. Like, what more do you want? It's such a great anniversary. Bunch of great summonable units, bunch of great EZAs, tons of new content, so many new stages with, well, so many new events with multiple stages. The movie bosses red zone thing is super cool. The boss rush, yeah, just absolute peak. And of course, yeah, Kefla's EZA, even though it was a global first, is easily anniversary level. Like, yeah, just absolute craziness from this anniversary. Very, very excited for when all of this stuff comes to global. Yeah, Hirudegarn had no chance there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. The crazy thing is, Goku and Vegeta could still be really good, even if you didn't get the fusion. So if you got unlucky and basically never fused into Vegito, they would still be good with like 50% damage reduction, stacking up defense. But then, yeah, when you get that fusion out, you get the full heal and the 10-turn scouter. And even that in and of itself is crazy. Because, like, if you got them in the second to last turn and you fuse, you get one turn with them, like we did there. You still get the scouter effect for the next turn. So, yeah, the whole thing is just crazy. Very well designed. On a few decent 200% teams. So yeah, very, very good EZAs. Vegito, super good. Buhan, super good. The only one I haven't looked at yet is the Bardock Squad LR. And considering they're a free-to-play LR, I'm not exactly expecting crazy things from them, but we will take a look at them as well. But yeah, let me know what you think of Buhan. Let me know what you think of Vegito, both down below in the comment section. Which one do you like more? Which was your favourite EZA out of the entire anniversary? Let me know down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.